Okay guys, if you want to see the whole meal I'm doing here, go back and look up my video where I just marinated this steak, which I'm going to have for dinner. Put that out of the way here for the camera purposes. And I'm having this with rice. So I've had this rice soaking here for a couple hours, just in water with a little bit, a tiny dash of lemon juice in there. The reason for that is that rices, like most other grains, have kind of a coating on the outside of them because the plant's goal is that if you eat it, it goes right through your digestive system without being digested, gets pooped out in a pile on the ground, and is all set up with a nice, ready-made pile of fertilizer for it to sprout and turn into a new rice plant or whatever. To prevent that from happening, because my goal is to actually eat this rice and get nutrition from it to fuel my body, not to turn it into a new rice plant, I want to kind of break down the lectins that are on the outside of the grain. And this is true for all kinds of grains, lentils, barleys, wheats, all kinds of things. And that coating on the outside is often why some people, beans as well, which are not a grain, is why some people have a hard time digesting them. You either don't get a lot out of it, or as is the case with beans, it makes you very gassy because that stuff's going through your intestines and it's not digested. And this also helps with getting out any chemical residue that could be in there. This is organic rice, so hopefully there wasn't much of that anyway, but you never know. So that's been soaking for a couple hours. If you have time to soak it overnight or something, that's great. I didn't plan that far ahead, but adding a little bit of some kind of acid in there, like a lemon juice or a vinegar, helps to kind of break down that coating even a little more. So you can see, looking down in here, the water that it's soaking is just a little cloudy. So that's stuff that we soaked out of it that don't want. So I'm going to just drain that down the sink over here. I lid carefully and don't spill my rice. And I'm actually going to rinse this with a little bit of fresh water. Just kind of give that a stir again. Drain off that rinse water as well. There we go. So there is our rice. Now, in general, to cook rice, I like mine really well hydrated, so I usually use about 2 cups of liquid for every 1 cup of rice. I had 3 cups of rice there when I started, which actually makes, if you don't cook a lot of your own rice, the dry, like most grains, the dry rice turns into a lot more wet rice. So that's going to be a lot of rice, but that's okay. I want leftovers actually, because I like having some leftover rice to do like a fried rice with. Now you could cook this in just water. I like the flavor and the nutrition of using some broth. This is some bone broth I made. And so I'm going to do about half broth and half water. So I'm going to get 3 cups of, I've got 3 cups of rice. So I'm going to do 3 cups of broth. And 3 cups of water in here. Go. Now you can see how full the pot is. I've got some rice that's stuck here to the lid from rinsing it. I want to get that down in there so that it will all soak. But you can see how full the pot is. That's going to get basically that full with rice as this absorbs moisture as it cooks. I also like to put a little bit of salt in with mine while it's cooking. Just it helps get the salt more thoroughly through. That's optional. Depends on how you like your rice and what you're going to do with it maybe, but I'm just going to put some Celtic Gray sea salt in there. And then going to turn this on low. You can't hurry cooking rice. Basically, you can turn it on a little higher to get it heated through, but as soon as it comes up to a boil, you're going to want to turn it on low and just keep it there. You can check it if you want, open it and just carefully, do a little scoop toward the bottom. But you don't want to stir your rice, or the individual rice kernels or grains kind of break up and you get just a big mushy paste instead of like a nice fluffy rice grains. So I'm going to let that cook for a little bit. Wild rice is going to take like 40 minutes or something. As soon as it gets warm through, I'm going to turn it down the lowest heat. Just let it simmer with the lid on until all of that liquid in there is absorbed and the rice is nice and soft. And then I'm going to fry up that meat and have it with some Brussels sprouts for dinner. I'm getting other things ready for dinner now as well, but I just want to show you guys what the rice is doing. It's simmering away, that's on low. And like I said, you don't want to stir this a bunch, but I'm going to lift it up just real carefully so you can see. Okay guys, I'm going to take another peek at the rice here. Now you can see what I mean about the rice is sticking the whole way out of the water, and there's still broth in there. You can see when I pull it aside like that, or scoop it down to the bottom, but it is going to continue to soak that up and go completely dry. And again, I'm not going to just stir that a lot because I don't want to end up with a mushy rice paste. Okay, so we are basically ready for dinner. Fried up that meat, leaving the extra marinade on there as sauce because I'm going to serve it over the rice, which is all done right there. You can see it's steaming just a little bit. Christmas cabbage ready to roll. And the Brussels sprouts, so what you can hear sizzling, they're just finishing up sauteing just a little bit more. And we're going to sit down and have dinner. Thanks for watching, folks. If you're interested in more info on my off-grid tiny house life, check out some of my other videos here. And if you like what you're seeing, click the little picture of my house to subscribe and then hit the little bell so YouTube actually notifies you every time there's a new video available. See y'all next time.